All right, I believe I am live. What is happening, you guys? Garrett Fankhauser with FFLFunnels.com. Today, we're going to be covering some pretty important stuff, but we're actually going to be taking it back a little bit. We're going to be covering some basic business knowledge, right? We're going to be talking about the three primary areas that you guys should be focusing with your actual like brick and mortar or e-commerce business, right? There's going to be three primary areas that we're going to walk through, and we're going to talk about understanding how they each feed each other and how we can make sure that we're feeding the right thing at the right times so that the flow of this process works out in a way that's going to actually make you money and be easier for you to manage as a business owner, right? So let's go ahead and dig right in. As I'm getting my screen share set up, if you guys are watching live, comment live in the comments. Super helpful. Gets the engagement up when we do the live videos, as well as if you're watching replay, type replay, right? That will, again, bump the algorithm up. Cool. I'm going to share my screen and we will go ahead and let me get my stuff out of the way and all this other stuff out of the way. Cool. So these are the three primary components that we're going to be talking about today. We can break these down into subcategories, right? Which you might see in different places. I did this in Chat GPT earlier, and there was like inventory management, customer service, sales and marketing, location, operations, financial management, right? All this other stuff. All that shit can all be broken or grouped into three primary areas: marketing, sales, and operations, right? So when we talk about this, marketing is like when we think of a business in general, like we need to get in front of people, right? We need to like let people know who we are, about our products, our services, whatever. We need to sell them something, right? So marketing, sales. And then the third thing is operations, right? So operations would be like, for you guys, would be like managing your inventory levels, managing the back end systems, the finances, the employees, all that other stuff, right? So this is a high level where we take all of that other stuff and we group it into these three primary categories. This is actually super helpful if you guys can sort of think of your business in these terms, because it can actually help you take a step back and look at these and say, like, where am I fucking up right now, right? So just as an example for us, like this month, today's the first of the month. So like my goal is to start this whole thing from scratch, right? Marketing, right? We're going to be doing a lot of marketing towards the beginning of the month. We're going to move those into sales, and then we're going to focus on operations so that we can deliver on the sales that we made, right? So what I want you guys to really focus on is, and the reason that I'm doing this video, guys, is because I see so many people make the mistakes of focusing on operations mostly. A lot of people really focus on operations, right? And so what I mean by that, that's you guys that are going out and like buying all of this equipment for like Cerakote and laser and all this other stuff, and like bringing in new product lines and all this stuff, but you don't have any fucking customers. Like you're not making any sales, or you're not making enough sales, and you're not doing any marketing, right? These actually feed each other, guys. So we want to like understand the process that like they actually go in this direction on a general basis, right? They go this way. And I mentioned that a second ago with like how we're running our business, right? I'm going to be doing a lot of marketing the beginning of this month so that we can get more sales, so that we can deliver on those sales. And then it's going to literally repeat, right? You guys should, and I'm not going to tell you should, you guys you can do whatever the fuck you want. You should, right? I don't like using the word should, but this is something that I would highly recommend that you operate the same way, right? You do marketing, you get in front of people, people know who you are, they find out about your product, then you actually bring them into a sale process. And so the sale process here can take over a few other things, right? So like employees and things like that. But this would be the sales portion of those employees, right? Managing like how the employees, like if they show up to work on time and that type of stuff, that's operations, right? But talking about like customer service and like the actual skill of the employees and the product knowledge and like how they interact with people and stuff, that's all going to fall in the bucket of sales right here, right? So again, the reason that I'm doing this though is I see too many people focused on the wrong thing in the wrong order, right? So I guess my primary takeaway for this video is for you guys to understand that this is generally the order of operations that you want to go in. A lot of new businesses focus on operations first, right? And again, this is kind of what I was saying a second ago, where they're buying all this equipment, doing all this stuff, but they have no customers to actually sell the shit to, right? So the number one thing that you want to do is you want to actually generate customers on a regular basis, right? And so what I mean by that is, like, if you have an online store, pre-sale stuff, right? We've done videos on here before where we talked about pre-sales. I bet if I go to Aero Precision, and if this is probably going to be the one time that I get proven wrong, but if we go to Aero Precision, oh, that's not their website, right? It's like a Aero Precision guns, right? Let's do that. Cool. So the builder sets. This is what I wanted to show you guys right here, right? So these builder sets, these are pre-sales, right? So typically what happens is you order these, and then there's generally a lead time, right? Maybe they're not doing that as much anymore, but these have generally always been pre-sales where you are actually buying something that's not quite done yet, right? There's a lead time on it, which is okay, right? It's kind of the same thing as ordering something for somebody, right? The idea is that you sell something before you actually have it, like, in your hand. The reason that I suggest this is because most of you guys are going out and spending like 30, 50, $100,000 getting loans and all this shit on inventory. And then most of it's not selling, right? You guys are having to dump it on Gunbroker, or trying to like sell it to other dealers in like the buy groups and stuff like that. Um, it's generally not the best idea to go buy a bunch of inventory just hoping that you're going to sell it. And I understand that that's like the whole premise of like retail, is like, if you walk into Walmart, there's a store full of shit. But the idea is that most, like, conventional retail is changing, and it will continue to change, and it's going to get worse for people that just have a ton of shit sitting on a shelf all day. I've worked for retailers before. I've worked for retailers my whole life. I've worked for 8-figure gun shops that were retailers, right? They had millions of dollars in inventory sitting of shit that would not sell, right? Not a good plan. So again, focus on your marketing, guys. You have to get good at marketing. And if not, you have to partner with somebody who's good at marketing, because you can't sell anything if nobody knows who the fuck you are. The number one problem that I come across with dealers that I talk to on a regular basis is they're not doing any marketing, or the marketing that they think they're doing. The three things that I hear all the time, three or two, is when I ask people, what are you doing for your marketing? They say word of mouth, Facebook, and Instagram, right? And then we look on there, and maybe they post once a week, maybe they post every other week, maybe they post once a month. That's not doing marketing. That's that's doing the bare minimum just so that you can feel good about yourself saying that you're doing marketing, but that's not marketing, right? There has to be a system in place that can actually get you in front of new people on a consistent basis, help those people understand what you do and how you might be able to help them, show them products or services that can help solve their problem, and then follow up with them on a consistent basis so that they can help, so that you can help them make that decision on the thing that's actually going to help them solve their problem. Hey, a while back we talked about X, Y, and Z. Are you still looking for help with that? Right? That type of thing, right? So if we think about this in the firearms retail market, think about this like it's hunting season right now. Like, somebody reached out to you a while back or whatever, and they're looking for some hunting products or whatever. If you don't follow up with them, they're just going to go buy from somebody else, right? And so you might be like, okay, cool, like whatever, right? That's one person. Well, that can happen with every single one of your customers. How we get our clients the best results is generally not from people that are like brand new buyers in the firearms industry. Most of these people that are clients of our clients are getting stolen from somebody else, right? So there's a finite amount of people in there out there. There's also new people entering the market on a regular basis, right? There's new, people that turn 21 or whatever, depending on what state or whatever federal fucking laws are in place now. But whatever age they turn, and they're into the market now they can actually purchase something. But what we have to realize is that if you're not doing marketing, you're not going to have a chance to do the sales process, right? And then the operations isn't going to matter, because if you're not selling enough to actually support the operation stuff, being like bringing in new lines, trying to join a buy group, um, expansions, putting in a range, all the things that everybody always wants to do on a consistent basis as a dealer, this can't happen if these other two aren't working together systematically to create enough cash flow for this to happen. I hope that makes sense, right? So, key takeaway is think of your business in these three blocks and just take a step back and look at it and be like, where am I fucking up? Where am I not putting any energy at all? Where am I putting too much energy? Where do you kind of really need to reallocate some of this stuff so that you can make sure that these three things are all well fed properly, enough that they're going to move in that systematic process of marketing, sales, operations, marketing, sales, operations. Cool. I hope this video is helpful for some of you guys. Many of you guys that are like more advanced business owners, this is probably like 101, super basic for you. That's cool. Not everything is for like the top end guys, and not everything is for like the just starting guys, right? But what I wanted to cover here was I wanted to stress the importance that most of you guys are not doing marketing enough, or you're not doing it at all. And that's going to kill the operation side of your business, because like if you're not bringing in new clients on a regular basis, you're not going to get the sales numbers that you want. Your operations are going to struggle because you're going to be spending more than you're making. Simple economics. Cool. I hope that's helpful. I will catch you guys in the next one. That's it. Peace.